What's going on, friends? Anel here. It's been a little bit since I've talked to you, but I've been super busy this summer with my apiary, just fighting some issues left and right. But we'll talk about that in another video. Today, as you can see, I've got some tools and some wood behind me, and it's time to go ahead and build something. That's right. So today I'm actually going to build a single hive stand that I've seen other people build. This is not my design. However, it's a super easy and super simple way to build a very good hive stands. So I hope this helps you. You can actually follow this and build one or few for yourself, because I'm no woodworker, believe me, and if I can do it, anybody can do it. So let's get in here and let's build a hive stand. Okay, for the tools, I'm using the simplest tools possible. Most of us probably have these, which is a circular saw, a drill, and a measuring tape. You will need some kind of screws to put this all together in the end. I use deck screws. Now for the material, it cost me 13 bucks for these 3 boards. However, I'm not gonna use all of it. So the hive is gonna cost me about 10 bucks. It's a 2x4x8s, and then one is 2x6x8. So let's get to building this thing. All right, step 1. So I'm gonna cut 4 22-inch pieces. This is a 2x4. So this is gonna be the length of the hive. So let's cut 4. All right, step 2. Now we're gonna cut 4 pieces 20 inches from this 2x4. The 20 inches is the width of the hive. So that's really important, depending how much play you want between the grooves. When you set the hive in, do you want it to fit perfectly, or you want more room so you can play around with it? Also depends what kind of hive you're using. Is it 8 frame or 10 frame? They're gonna be different width. So you can just calculate that. So I'm gonna cut these 20 inches. The hive itself is 16, but I'm adding 1.5 inches on each side, which is 3 inches, which leaves me 1 inch of room to play with the hive back and forth. That's more than enough for me, but like I said, you might want more room. That's up to you, so you can do this longer too. So let's cut 4 pieces 20 inches. All right, so step 1 and 2 is finished. It's as simple as that. So what you end up with is 4 pieces 22-inch long 2x4, and then 4 pieces of 20-inch long. So this fits any hiveiq hive, 10 frame standard hive, Apame hive. This will fit this design and these measurements. I made it simple. I didn't want to do 21.25, none of this. We'll just do 22 and 20 inches, make it easy. And then you can also put an 8 frame box in here. However, it's going to have more room between. So next step, step 3, is actually to go ahead and put this together. However, before you do that, put this together real quick. Don't screw it. Check a hive, make sure it fits. So let's do that real quick. So to check that, put 2 20 pieces like this flat on the ground, and then put a 22 piece right on top and line it all up. We'll put 2 of them. So the hive is gonna sit right in between these 2 grooves. So let's put a hive in here. I have a hive bottom. This is a 10 frame hive bottom. Fits right in here. Let me make sure this is flush. Yes. And I have about 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch play back and forth. So as you can see, if you put a 8 frame hive, it's smaller and you might have more room. It doesn't really matter. It's really up to you. It's a personal preference. So let's put this thing back together and we'll go to the next step. All right, so putting this thing together is really easy. It's like a puzzle. So put the long pieces first on the bottom like that, and then we're gonna put the shorter, the 20-inch pieces like this. You can screw this like this. It kind of looks better actually in the end. It looks taller. However, it doesn't matter to me. It's the same thing. So you're just gonna put them together like this, line this up, and screw this in, and then repeat the process. Go to the next step, long one and then the short one again. Now you can pre-drill the holes in here, use glue if you want. I don't do any of it, but that's just me. I'm just gonna go ahead and screw this in and go to the next step. So let's get this done. All right, so I'm gonna use 2.5 inch screws. It's just gonna go through here, 2 in each side, and then I'll go to the next level. All right, that step is done. Now the hive is gonna sit like this, and your hive is gonna be right in between here. So we're gonna go finish the other level and we'll be good to go. Move on to the next step, which is the legs. All right, so that's it for this one. for the top. All we got left is the legs. All right, guys, so for the legs, you can go any height you really want. Typically, it's like 18 or 24 inches. I'm gonna go 24 inches because that's ideal height for me. And even if I stack more boxes, that's the height I like. Now we're gonna do these legs a little bit differently, and this I stole from Brian at Castle Hives. Thank you, Brian. Really like these legs because once we make them, you'll see what I'm talking about. They go from being slimmer in the top and then wider at the bottom. So I'm gonna go 24 inches, and we're gonna cut two pieces 24 inches. This is a 2x6. All right, so two pieces 24. We're gonna mark it 48. Now we're gonna go ahead and cut these. All right, step 4, I believe we're on, making the legs. So we need two 24-inch pieces from 2x6. So we're gonna go ahead and measure 2 inches in from here, from one edge. It'll all make sense in a second. And then 2 inches in from this edge, from the opposite edge on the opposite side. Then we're gonna go ahead and draw this, make a line from this 2-inch to this one. I can line this up. Here we go. Doesn't have to be perfect actually, but as you can see, I'm going across this. The reason for that is now the top of the leg is going to be a little narrow, looks better, and the bottom is going to be wider, which gives it a better stability. So we're going to cut 2 inches in across to 2 inches in from this side. So I'm going to cut both of these like that now. All right, so this is what you get. This is what I'm talking about. Legs are gonna sit like this on the side. They're a little wider on the bottom here than top. It gives a better stability. All right, friends, so we got the stand and we got the legs ready. As you can see, I got some screws in here. Guess what? I screwed them in here making this video, and it was the wrong way. So I had to take them off and do it the right way. So when you're screwing this in, if you're doing it like me, make sure the part where the hive goes is on the bottom, facing bottom, not up. Only makes sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and screw these in, and like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and do these in an angle a little bit, about 1/2 inch in. That'll push this leg in front of the hive and backwards in the hive. Just give it more stability. You don't have to do that. You can just do it straight up and it'll be nice, or you don't even have to cut them diagonally like this, or across I should say. You can just use a 2x4 for 4 legs and you're good to go. So let me go ahead and put these together and we'll see what it looks like. All right, that's it. Second time is the charm. So let's flip this over and see what it looks like. Look at that, my table's uneven though, it's not the stand. But that looks beautiful to me. It was a simple build, but it looks really good. So hive is gonna go right on top of here. Fits perfectly, got about 1/2 inch of play, and voila, that's it. All right, everybody, as you can see, this stand is done. My table's uneven, but that's a beautiful stand. I bet they can hold a lot. I'm gonna add a couple extra screws, like I said, to the legs just to make sure. But there is a step 5, and that's optional actually. Paint this thing. This is all, I don't know if I mentioned it, treated wood. Just because it's going to be outside, I don't want to do non-treated wood because it's going to rot. This is going to last forever. So I'm going to go see what kind of paint I got or what kind of stain or something, get this done. And I'll show you in the end. I'll throw a little picture of this. So hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you build several of these. I know I will because I like them. I'll probably do all my hives. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.